We are at the South Boston Speedway for the 19th race of Season 1 of the SCRL Wrangler Jeans Busch National Series. The 4 of A.J. Jones will be leading us to the green flag. Start beside him is the 62 of Keenan Busch. Points leader Jack Legacy will be starting way back in the 39th position. And as you can see, all 42 entries for this field is at this track. Sadly, this is the third and last time we will ever be racing at South Boston this season. Yeah, I know it's unfortunate. Of course, the driver who won the first race, Tim Randolph, earlier in the season, will be starting 20th. He'll be looking to win his second South Boston race. And Kyle Metz, who won the last and most recent South Boston race, Kyle Metz will be starting in the 6th spot. So he will be looking to win 2 out of 3. A.J. Jones, as we know, he came so close to winning at Caraway Speedway, but got passed in the late laps by Alexander Rowe. Alexander Rowe will be starting 12th. He will be looking to win back-to-back races, which is, of course, the only driver that has done that so far this season is Jack Legacy. So if you enjoy South Boston, you will get to enjoy it one more time this season, and then we will be done with this track until Season 2. It's unfortunate, but we got to be real. And here's the command.
Drivers, start your engines!
After this track, we will be heading back to Hickory Motor Speedway, then Langley, then IRP, then Bristol. That was a weird sound. I think Brandy Cam has decided to mess up with this game again. No one's had problems on the pace lap, which is always a good thing. A.J. Jones, the would-be winner at Caraway Speedway, but got passed in the late laps, will lead us to the green for the second race in a row. It's, of course, at random. Pace car is in. We are racing at South Boston for the third and final time in Season 1. And A.J. leads him off into turn number 2. And now the backstretch for the first time under green conditions. Oh, Keenan Busch tried to get down low, but Jay Jefferson would not allow him down there. Jay is trying to join his brother Joe as winners in this series. Of course, you know, the first brothers to win in this series was, of course, Al and Jack. Of course, Al has a championship. Jack is trying to lock up his first championship, which we still got a long way to go before anybody can lock it up. There's a 29, Zachary Fitzwater in third, trying to go for second. Fitzwater has had a subpar season. He has a win. He won the Richmond Fairgrounds in the very first event at that track, not in the whole series. Keenan Busch won the first race at Daytona, which I'm pretty sure Keenan Busch would love to return to Daytona, but we are not going to return there until the first race of Season 2 to go along with real NASCAR. Max Henderson in the 32 car got spun out at Caraway Speedway, never really had a chance to catch back up. There's the 24, Jeff Ard, moving up to 4th spot. Ard won an LCQ earlier in the race at Langley Speedway. He'll be happy to go back there in 2 more events. And A.J. Jones is just picking off where he left off at Caraway, dominating this race. Has never won a points-paying race in this entire league. There's the 28, Jack Legacy, back in the 33rd spot. His brother Al is in the 17th position. There's Keenan Busch right there. It might be a little bit laggy. I'm sorry, because after a while of recording it, this game does that. Fitzwater trying to close in on A.J. Jones as we have completed 7 laps here at South Boston. A.J. Jones continuing to pace the field as we have completed 8 laps under green conditions. Have yet to had a caution fire. Continues to lead. Zachary Fitzwater in second. Third, Jay Jefferson. Good run for Jefferson finally. Had a subpar season. Trying to have a good finish. Of course, his brother Joe won earlier in the season at Hickory. So Joe should be excited to head back to Hickory in the next event. Speaking of Joe, let's see where is Joe at. There he is in the 9th spot. And there's Kyle Metz trying to go past Jeff Ard. This will be for 4th. Again, we've already discussed Kyle Metz, the last winner at South Boston, trying to be the first driver to win twice at a track, which no driver has done yet. I'm surprised. So, we have yet to have a driver win twice at one track this season. That's the diversity of this series. Different winners, different tracks, aside from Jack Lagasse dominance earlier in the season. Jack's momentum has kind of tapered off a little bit. He hasn't really been up to par with what we're used to seeing, but he has had top 5s, top 10s for much of the season. Of course, he is the points leader. There's Keenan Busch, who right now I would assume would be the points leader because he's in 20th compared to Jack, who is in 26th. But, of course, things could change. We're not even halfway yet. But we will be in one lap. A.J. Jones trying to be a dominator here at South Boston. He leads yet another lap, halfway. Of course, he led half of the distance at Caraway Speedway, only to be passed late due to a caution flag. Will history repeat itself, though? We shall see. Battle for second between Jay Jefferson and Zachary Fitzwater. Jay trying to go around Fitzwater. Not much racing action going on right now. As Jay Jefferson takes over second place. Does he have enough power to catch our race leader, though? They are 1.89 seconds behind A.J. Jones, as we're going to have the 12 lap to go signal. Well, not signal, but 8 laps to go. Oh, excuse me, 12 laps to go. Just stand by. A.J. Jones. A.J. Jones is pretty soon going to be catching lap traffic at the pace he's running. That will depend, though. Will lap traffic be a problem for these drivers if they catch them? There's Kyle Metz closing up on Zachary Fitzwater for 3rd. Jeff Ard. Jesse Turner, good run for him in his unsponsored 47 car in 6th spot. Riley Spurley, good run for him in 7th. And there's John Ard going around Al Lagasse. This will be for the 10th spot. John has yet to score a win in his Wrangler-sponsored car. I'll keep saying that every race until he actually wins. Why? Because he is sponsored by Wrangler Jeans, and that is what our title sponsor of this series is, Wrangler Jeans. Battle for 3rd, Cal Lagasse. Damn it, Cal Metz. Jesus. Yeah, Cal's an honorary Lagasse member, everybody. Sorry. Kyle Metz going around Zachary Fitzwater. This is for position number 3. I don't think Kyle will have enough time to catch our race leader, but he might be able to get up there to 2nd, so if things go to plan, Kyle could have back-to-back top 2 finishes here at South Boston. Let's see who has the fastest lap. That will be the 27 car. Who is the 27th? There he is, Cole Nixie, with a time of 16.939 miles per hour. Time, seconds. Jesus, I'm not focused today. A.J. Jones gets the 6 laps to go. He has dominated this race like no one else has. He doesn't have to push it too hard because the lap traffic is right in front of him, so he just has to take it nice and easy. We have gone caution-free. This is, I believe, the 2nd South Boston race. We have gone caution-free. I know we had a caution in the 2nd one where we had, I believe it was the 88 car that stalled in turn 2. We're going to get 4 to go, and Kyle Metz has caught Jay Jefferson. This is for 2nd. Kyle Metz, like I said, trying to win back-to-back South Boston races. He's got 3 laps to gain basically 2 seconds, but he's got to get around Jay Jefferson, and Jay Jefferson is not going to give up second place without a fight. This is all happening behind A.J. Jones. Oh, we got a caution. Oh, A.J. Jones hit Marcus Sanchi. The caution is not... Wait, is the caution... Wait, are we racing back or not? No, we're not racing back. So that means Kyle Metz... No, damn it. A.J. Jones is our race leader. Where is he? There he is. A.J. Jones should be able to catch back up to the front of the pack, and we'll take a look and see what ended the race. Okay, so here's the cause of the caution. The 10 Kaka White Line racing Tony Newman and Evan Rudd. Kaka White Line has contact with Evan Rudd, comes back across the track into Tony Newman, and hits the wall. Then the 22, Marcus Sanchi, has nowhere to go and gets damaged as well. Now, see, A.J. Jones... The caution was already out. Watch the... See, the caution is out right there, so that means the field is frozen when we cross the line. So whatever happens after this is irrelevant. He hits Marcus Sanchi, and the field actually stacks up to the point that Jay Jefferson, Kyle Metz, and about 5 others passes A.J. Jones. Now, the field is frozen, and I'm going to explain why in a second, why that is important. So we're going to take you to your results now. Okay, here are your race results. Now, it shows the 79 car of Josh Barker as your winner. Now, I don't like to do this because, the game is messed up sometimes and whatnot. But as we saw when we went to look at the caution, the 4 of A.J. Jones was actually your race winner. So what's going to have to happen is the field is frozen where, you take the caution. And A.J. Jones had crossed the line when we were under caution, so that means the field is frozen where it's at right then. So even though on the screen it shows A.J. Jones finishing 10th, 1 lap down, A.J. Jones officially will be your race winner. Now, what's going to happen is I'm going to have to go back and watch, how they came across the line and place them where they finished there. So your results right now on the screen are unofficial. Josh Barker is your race winner. 2nd is Smith Regal. 3rd, Sebastian Torres. 4th, Eli Bright. 5th, Jay Jefferson. 6th, Kyle Metz. 7th, Jeff Ard. 8th, Zachary Fitzwater. 9th, Jesse Turner. And 10th, A.J. Jones. Now, that is unofficial. We will take you to Victory Lane with Josh Barker. It will be unofficial, and before we take a look at the point standings, I will explain to you all another race results rundown of the actual race results, because I got to go back and, tally them, well, not tally them up, just see where they cross the line and so forth. This is most likely the second most controversial thing I've had to do since the Formula One season finale, where Ding Drinker got penalized for passing before the start-finish line. But, we got to be fair to A.J. Jones. He did cross the line when the caution was out, so that means the field is frozen, the pace car would come out. But since the caution was caused on the front stretch in turn 1, it clogged up the field where drivers went around A.J. Jones when they shouldn't have. And if we give the win to Josh Barker, it would be unfair to A.J. Jones and everybody else, because Josh Barker wasn't even in the top 10, I believe, at that time. No offense to Barker, but that's what it looked like to me. So we're going to have this all sorted out before this is we go to your point standings. Yeah, these tracks are like this when, they're short tracks. But unofficially right now, Josh Barker is your race winner. It is not official. We will have the official race winner after we go to Victory Lane. So for right now, we'll take you to Victory Lane with Josh Barker. Alrighty, everybody. We are back. I guess you could say this is the post-race show, but okay. So this is about 10 minutes after I finished the race. I have gone back, look at the race results, and at the footage. So as we all know, here's the caution. Now, watch the flagman right there. Now he throws it out before AJ Jones gets to the line, as you can clearly see. Green. And there's the flag. And we go on board with AJ Jones and see the caution lights. Trigger. See green. Yellow. So that means the race is official when they get to the line. So, unlike what the race results show, we got to be accurate with what they get to the line. I'm not doing like the current NASCAR where they freeze the field. We're doing it how this game actually does it, where you race back to the line, and that's where you place. So, AJ Jones clearly is ahead of everybody else, so AJ Jones will receive this win, his first in this league. Now, here's the battle for second. Jay Jefferson wins, obviously. Kyle Metz will be placed third. Fourth, despite hitting the wall, will be Jeff Ard. Fifth will be Zachary Fitzwater. Sixth, Jesse Turner. Seventh, Max Anderson. Eighth, Joe Jefferson. Ninth, John Ard. And 10th, Riley Spurleytube. 11th will be Nick Kennedy. 12th, James Barker. 13th will be close, but it'll go to Al Legacy. 14th will be Colin Dryberg. 15th will be Cole Nixie. 16th will be Benoit Lovett Irvine. 17th, Alexander Rowe. 18th, Todd Kennedy. 19th, Dink Drinker. And 20th, Dylan Therox. 21st will be Sebastian Torres. 22nd, Jack Legacy. 23rd, Keenan Busch. 24th, in a close margin, will be Keith Stevens. And then, see, here is Josh Barker. He comes across the line in 25th position. So, instead of winning, James Barker will be placed 25th. We will go over why in a couple of seconds, as we got to round out the field. 26th will be Aiden Shepard. 27th, Luke Rainey. 28th, Derek Edison. 29th, Matt Johnson. And 30th will be Truttle. 31st, it's a dead tie between Brian Fox and the 33 car of Jay Barker, but this game said that Barker actually crossed the line before Brian Fox, so Jay Barker will be placed 31st, Brian Fox 32nd, 33rd will be Eli Bright, 34th, Hank Willis, 35th, Grayson Acevedo, 36th, Keka Silverpaw, 37th, Evan Rudd, 38th, Tim Randolph, 39th, Smith Regal, 40th, Keka White Lion, right there. Now, Tony Newman crosses the line in 41st, and 42nd will be Marcus Sanchi. But Tony Newman, of course, gets involved in a pileup. This is what causes all the problems. And we fast forward. You got cars on pit road and whatnot. So this is what jumbles up the field, and everybody gets confused where they're supposed to be. The pass car passes these cars, and actually, you see contact there between Keka Silverpaw and Tony Newman, and Newman hits the water barrels at the end of pit road, and that gives Tony Newman damage where he will retire. So Tony Newman finished 42nd, as you saw in the results. That's where he will finish. So that is the one spot this game actually gave accurately. So Tony Newman will, no matter what is showed on the thing, he will finish dead last. Now, let's go to where the big controversy is on the race win. So, as you saw, Josh Barker comes across the line in 25th. All these drivers, they stack up. They start stacking up. They still stack up more. They keep stacking up. They keep stacking up. Josh Barker backs up, does a U-turn, and is teleported to the pits. All right, so you fast forward. And we're still going. And he goes out of the pit lane. And for whatever reason, he just passes all these cars. He's still passing. He's still passing. And during this time, Jay Jefferson has been awarded the race lead. So I don't know why that is, but this game is messed up. And there goes Josh Barker passing everybody and passing Jay Jefferson. And he's got like a big margin over everybody else. And Josh crosses the line first. You'll see it on the upper right of your screen. It'll show 13th, and it'll go to position 1. And he's second. Damn it, these loud neighbors. Jeez. There goes, position 1. So Josh Barker is involved in the pow-up in turn 1, goes to the pits, teleports, comes out of pit road, and behind everybody, goes around everybody, and beats the leaders to the line. So that's why I showed Josh Barker as first and Smith Riegel as second, and he passed everybody too before the line. So did Sebastian Torres. He'll be placed third, but of course we know that's not going to happen because it's all messed up. I'm not trying, to rob anybody of a win or where their position was, but we got to be fair to everybody where they were at the time of the caution, and the caution was clearly out. So, as I said before, if you heard the results, I read down them before, and you'll see a clip after we get done with this review. I will go through the results again and read them off to you where you finished, and then we'll go to the points. Trust me, I hate doing something like this. I did this before in the Formula 1 Championship, and that cost Dink Drinker the title. And yes, I am friends with Dink, but we have to be fair to everybody. And the right thing to do is to give A.J. Jones his win because he was the leader at the time of the caution. And he got robbed, basically, because everybody was passing him, and he got relegated to 11th spot. And once again, see? Caution is out, and he beats him to the line. That right there should give him the win, but, since the wreck was in turn 1, and he did get damaged, but he maintained safe caution speed. So you can't say he didn't do that like Marcus Ambrose did. So I'm pretty sure one or two people, most likely the Barker family, will say, I'm robbing them of the win. I am not robbing anybody of a win or their position. We're just doing it how they crossed the line when the caution came out. So it might be an unpopular decision, but it's the right thing to do, I think, as league owner, to be fair to A.J. Jones and all 41 other competitors. Because some people, you guys were robbed of your spots too. I mean, Jay Jefferson, he was second, and I think he gave him, 5th? So we had people passing under caution when they shouldn't have. They're supposed to be maintaining their speed. So this has to be the most controversial decision I've ever made, because Josh Barker, he came across the line first as your race winner, but he will be relegated all the way back to 25th. So this video will probably get a lot of dislikes and probably a couple of bad comments, but it's the right thing to do, I believe. So despite what I said in the race results, your official winner, and this is 100% official because we've gone through the officials and all that. They've debated and all that. So A.J. Jones is officially your winner here at South Boston. So if you did not hear me earlier clearly on your results, we will take you to your official results right now. Here are the point standings after the 19th race of the season at South Boston, which was the most controversial race that I've ever done. Jack Legacy is still our points leader. He has a 51-point lead over Keenan Busch. Third is his brother Al Legacy, 106 points behind. Fourth, Zachary Fitzwater, 216 points behind. And fifth, Nick Kennedy, 237 points behind. Sixth is Tim Randolph. Seventh is John Ard. Eighth, Alexander Rowe. 9th, Smith Regal. And 10th, Max Anderson. 11th is Josh Barker. 12th, Evan Rudd. 13th, Jay Barker. 14th, Luke Rainey. 15th, Kaka Silverpaw. 16th, Cole Nixley. 17th, Jeff Ard. 18th, Kyle Metz. 19th, Benilde Irvine. And 10th, Tony Newman. 21st is Brian Fox. 22nd, Sebastian Torres. 23rd, Hank Willis. 24th, Keka Whiteline. 25th, Joe Jefferson. 26th, Riley Spurleytube. 27th, Jay Jefferson. 28th, Jesse Turner. 29th, Eli Bright. And 30th, Dylan D-Rocks. 31st, AJ Jones, who just won the South Boston race, in 31st position. 32nd, Marcus Sanchi. 33rd, Ding Drinker. 34th, Colin Jobber. 35th, James Barker. 36th, Todd Kennedy. 37th, Chuttle. 38th, Derek Edison. 39th, Aiden Shepard. And 40th, Keith Stevens. 41st in points is Grayson Acevedo. And 42nd and last in points is Matt Johnson. So that concludes the 19th race of the season at South Boston. We will see you at the 20th race of the season at Hickory Speedway. And until then, keep the hammer down, and we'll see you at the track.